a start for Syracuse hockey. Hello, hockey fans. Doug Lattuca here with Cameron Ezeir inside the beautiful Upstate Medical Arena here in downtown Syracuse. It's the home of the AHL Syracuse Crunch, the affiliate for the most recent Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. And Cam, what does this team need to turn it around?
This team needs a lot, Doug. Really do. It's a Syracuse team that is yet to win a league game, a Syracuse team that really has only one legitimate victory. And it's a Syracuse team that needs to build on some kind of momentum. We've talked about it most of this season. It's a Syracuse group that is mainly new, a lot of departures, a lot of newcomers. And this team, if you look at the lines itself, 10 freshmen on these lines for head coach Chris Timmons and company. If Syracuse is going to have any success moving forward, they have to rely on their youngsters finding their stride down the line.
It's a very young group indeed, and what an opportunity to play here at Upstate Medical Arena as we're almost ready for puck drop. Syracuse comes in 3-12 overall, 2-10 in the ESCHL. They've got 6 points, whereas New York is fourth in the ESCHL and 9-4-3 overall. We're almost ready for puck drop, and we are underway inside Upstate Medical Arena. Syracuse starts with Max Gargurovich. There's a quick shot, deflected to the corner. They start with Max Gargurovich, Timothy Cook, and Colin Morrow as the forwards, with Jared Topf and the assistant captain Mackenzie Murphy, who has the puck now in the near side corner. Plays middle, puck turned over, and now back behind the Syracuse goal, put out in front. Manousis has to stick it aside. Puck cycled back down low. Cook and Topf. Hit laid on by Cook, and the puck squirts free. Now up to the left point. Across, it's Jack Olesen. His shot goes in! First shot of the game finds the back of the net. It was deflected in the slot, and the Syracuse goalie Nicholas Manousis had no chance, and it's 1-0 New York. 48 seconds in.
It's what you can't have if you're Syracuse. It's happened a few times before, a bit lackluster, trying to protect your own blue line, and not much Manousis can do when you allow NYU to push the crease in the slot with that much pace. Especially for someone in Manousis who just a few games ago was pulled after giving up 4 goals. His confidence might not always be there. It's up to the defense to help him a bit.
The Orange started with the second line of Cook, Morrow, and Gargurovich. Now they've got their top line of Tim Kalinowski and Lucas Prestamo, both seniors, and the freshman Evan Vasilevsky. He's got the puck now, and he puts one on save. Rebound chance is snuffed out. Now the puck finds Skolnick at the point. His shot is fought off. Ryan Fugue in goal for the Violets. He sports a 2-0 record, and that shot goes in! Looked like a harmless wrister from in front of the left circle. And it's Lucas Skolnick who ties the game up, and it's goals galore early on here at Upstate Medical.
Syracuse hasn't always had the luck of the draw. That's exactly what that was. NYU in good position, but Syracuse, the ability to continue pressing forward. It's about getting in that blue line, setting up your offense. Sometimes good fortune leads to a good result. Lucas Skolnick, his first point of the season. I don't think the Violets expected him at all to have any impact on this game, focusing so much on that front line with Prestamo involved, as well as Tim Kalinowski and Vasilevsky. And this Syracuse Orange offense, hey, that's how you get that insurance back, and you allow Manousis to shake off that first goal.
The freshman defenseman strikes first for Syracuse. We're tied at 1. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the first period. Puck kept in at the right point. That's Colby Rattel, the sophomore defenseman. The freshman forward, Zach Goldenberg, battling along the near side boards. Puck floats out through the neutral zone. And it's Rattel swinging it to Brock Alvers. Outlet pass for Goldenberg, gets the red line and dumps in. And Ryan Fugue will play it Fuchs sports a 2-0 record. He allows about just under 4 goals per game. And he has an .857 save percentage. So definitely beatable for a Syracuse team that has struggled to score goals this season. It's Topf at the point. His shot deflected in the slot to the near side corner. And the Violets are out the other way. Long pass across, finds Tommy He. He fights off a check, finds the puck to the left point. Shot stopped in the slot, and the rebound goes in. It went off a body in front and came right down and was backhanded through the 5-hole of Manusis. I think it's Joey Salovey, the sophomore forward, breaks the tie. It's 2-1 NYU. A little more than 3 minutes gone by here in the first.
And it wasn't like NYU had that much of an opportunity right inside the blue line, but off a deflection, Syracuse has to be a little more cognizant of where that puck ends up. I think it might have actually ended up in the stick of Davis, and it was tough to see because it was so uncharacteristic of a puck to just lay right there for a backhand, went into the back of the net, and now Syracuse finds itself in another hole. How does the offense respond? That's the only question you have to ask if you're the Orange.
Cam, your eyesight better than mine. The senior forward, Isaac Davison, with the goal. That's now his 8th of the season. And now his 5th goal in the last 6 games. So Davison is hot for the Violets. Let's see how the Orange respond. It's Vasilevsky up to the point. Shot flutters wide. Prestamo was camped out in front. And a long stretch pass goes off the stick of Tommy He. And back into the Orange zone. It's Skalnick and Florio on defense as that shot was stopped by Manusis. Kalinowski, Gargurovich, and Cook are the forwards for Syracuse. Kalinowski can't clear. Florio has trouble with it as it jumps over his stick. And then he banks it off the boards out to center. Last time Syracuse played was 2 weeks ago. It was an 8-4 loss to Westchester at Kennedy Ice Pavilion. And then on that Saturday was Military Appreciation Day, a 5-3 loss. Very tight game that ended with Syracuse losing and then ultimately getting swept by Westchester.
And that was a series against Westchester that the Syracuse team wants to burn that film. It was one that, you know, the offense was at moments in a flurry.
As Gargurovich puts one on, blockered, and it falls down into the slot. Gargurovich has it again, couldn't get the shot off. Then they whack at it. Cook has it. Shot stopped. Left pad saved by Fueg. And a good chance for Syracuse as they look to knot the score.
Yeah, and Ryan Fueg, the backup goalkeeper, it's usually Chris Cataldo, and he's been in net for 10 of the Violets games, while Fueg has only seen 2 games of action. But good job by Fueg to step in, in relief of Cataldo and make a big save.
James Orn, shot one wide. Puck sits in the far side corner. Alvers goes cross ice looking for Goldenberg. Instead, it finds the stick of Jackson Olesen, the sophomore defenseman for the Violets. Goldenberg plays it ahead. 6 minutes gone by in the first period. Violets lead the Orange 2-1. Lucas Skalnick, the lone goal scorer for Syracuse, his first point of the season in his first game since back on October 29th. Shot, glove down to the near side corner. And it's the sophomore forward, Sam Hutchinson, dumping and chasing. He's worked on by Olesen.
Yeah, and Hutchinson's really regressed following that, game-winning shootout goal against Oswego State, and it's something that the Syracuse team needs to address because Hutchinson's one of the more dangerous forwards in this league.
Yeah, Hutchinson moved down to the third-line center spot, playing with Alvers and Goldenberg. And then Kalinowski replacing him on the top line. And you mentioned that Oswego State shootout win, the only legitimate win Syracuse has. In that game, it was Prestamo, Vasilevsky, and Hutchinson who accounted for all 4 Syracuse goals.
Yeah.
As the puck is iced.
Doug, production is an issue for this Syracuse team and who you're getting it from. Of course, you have the names that everyone knows or everyone's become familiar with. And Kalinowski, who's really blown up in the past couple games. Prestamo, Vasilevsky's played well. Some action from Goldenberg. But who else are you going to turn to? And then you look on the other side, an NYU team where efficiency is aplenty for this Violet squad.
Shot off the draw, handled by Manusis. Now the two teams battle behind the net. Puck goes to the point. It's Regan Wirtz. His shot's deflected to the far side corner.
Yeah, Doug,
taken in by the goal scorer, Davison.
How badly would Syracuse like 3 players that have 10 or more points?
Very.
They could use some of these Violets players.
The only player with more than 10 points for Syracuse is Lucas Prestamo with 13. As Davison tries a behind-the-back pass, picked off by Kalinowski. Syracuse out the other way. 2-on-1. Kalinowski drops for Prestamo. His shot save. He's got the rebound, puts it on, and they score! Tim Kalinowski picks up the loose change and deposits it into the back of the net, and we're tied at 2 with 12:18 to go here in the first.
Great persistence by Tim Kalinowski because Prestamo had the best angle of it. And talk about a guy in Kalinowski that started off so slow, had an assist against NYU earlier in the year, but he was chomping at the bit for that goal. Someone who didn't have a lot of goal production early on in the season. That's his 4th of the season. Doug, before the year, he said his favorite ice cream color is vanilla. He's been far from it in these past few games.
An easy tap in for Kalinowski, but it all started with him picking off the pass in his own zone. And then he had a lot of ice in front of him. The drop pass went to Prestamo. His shot was initially stopped, then gloved down, put towards the goal, and it just found a wide open Kalinowski as the Violets look to respond quickly. NYU struck first. Then the Orange responded shortly after. Then the Violets scored again, and now Tim Kalinowski has the answer as we are tied at 2. Just over 8 minutes gone by. As it's the freshman Anthony Salt being pressed up against the boards. And the puck is up for grabs at the Crunch logo at center ice. Doug Lattuca here with Cameron Ezeir at Upstate Medical Arena. Puck in front for Gargurovich, who scores! Morrow to Gargurovich. He went forehand, backhand, and deked out Ryan Fugue. And it's 3-2 Syracuse.
This is by far the most active I've seen Syracuse so far this season. You don't see that a lot in transition when they jump across the blue line. This is a Syracuse team that usually just likes to chip and chase. But what Syracuse has done really well and why the Orange are leading in this game and already have 3 goals for a team that only scored 24 coming into this game after a season that spanned more than 12 games, 3 goals in the first 9 minutes. It's because the Orange are able to press past the blue line and really attack the slot in the crease and take advantage of numbers. SU really wasn't able to do that early on in the year because these players were just gelling together. And now all of a sudden, Syracuse has 3 goals on the board because they know their movements. They know where the teammate is going to be. And wow, what a move by Gargurovich to attack the slot between the circles off the pass, and he was able to slot it in.
First point for the freshman forward Gargurovich. And the Orange have a rare lead, 3-2, with 11:17 to go in the first period. NYU needed to talk it over. They call a timeout as Michael Farkas, the head coach, wants to slow play down a bit. And the Syracuse Orange are flying here inside Upstate Medical Arena. And Cam, I think they should play all their games in here.
I think that Syracuse might prefer that. Now, there's one thing that you have to realize about the Violets. Yes, they have a 7-4-3 record, but this is a team on a skid, losers of 6 of their last 7.
Kalinowski backhands one wide of the goal. Puck chipped out of the zone, and an odd man rush for the Violets. It's Solovey, passes in front, the shot, he scored! Talk about an answer and a well-used timeout as the Violets storm back. And we've got goal after goal here inside Upstate Medical Arena. And this one's going to go to the assistant captain, Adam Peck, his 4th goal of the season.
And just as we're talking about Syracuse being so good on the offensive side, there's a reason the Orange have also given up 3 goals. The defense has been a bit subpar, especially in transition play, where NYU is going to take advantage is that forecheck. But when they can take advantage in transition, this is a team that has a lot of speed, a lot of momentum toward the crease, a lot of older veteran guys that know where to be and know their spots, and that's way too easy. Manousis could do everything he could, but his offense didn't really supply any help for him.
Syracuse goes with Hutchinson, Goldenberg, and Alvers, the 3rd line after the NYU goal. On defense, it's the assistant captain, Murphy, and the former D1 lacrosse player, Jared Topf. Goldenberg scoops up the puck, works on the left side. His shot blockered away by Fugue. Into the corner. The last time these two teams met was back in mid-October. Both very tight games. The first one, a 3-2 Violet win, and then the second game, a 4-2 Violet win. But Syracuse played well in that series, and looks like we're going to have another tight one today as Cook works on the backhand, slides one off the post. He tried to go to that far side, and it clanked off the iron. And it was almost another Syracuse lead as the offense is feeling it. Early here in the first period, 9:30 to go.
Doug, it's positive to see the Orange take positive angles, and what I mean by that is you see Max Gargurovich go across the blue line. Instead of, looking for the puck, he's diving toward the crease looking for a pass, and that's where Syracuse is going to have success on offense.
The freshman Florio turns the puck over, shot off the stick of Morrow, and rims around the boards. Outlet pass for Gargurovich is fumbled. Violets the other way. Skalnick reverses. It's Morrow, the 2019 most improved player of the season. Skalnick on an extended shift out there. Puck skips over the stick of Barone, and that shot pinballs off of Larkin in the slot, and the Orange escape through center. Anthony Larkin, and it was Vinny Barone on the near side that brought the play off sides with 8:23 to go. 3-3 the score. Syracuse out shooting NYU 10-6.
And that's not as impressive as Syracuse is not just out shooting NYU, but is also doing an unbelievable job turning those opportunities into valuable ones. It's a Syracuse team that has played well against a few teams in the shots on goal categories, but it hasn't resulted in goals. So Syracuse doing a good job early on.
An extended break here as looked like Regan Wirtz, the junior defenseman and assistant captain for the Violets, was helped off the ice with his skate off. So he'll go to the locker room and get evaluated. So New York will be down a defenseman for the time being. Now a chance at the circle. Goes up top. It's John Dorio. His shot stopped in the slot. Rebound chance. Manousis makes the first save. In front, and it scurries out to the right point. And it's Rattel reversing for Larkin, who has trouble with it. NYU with good pressure here in the offensive zone. Puck rung around the boards, and it escapes the zone. Syracuse with its 4th line on the ice. Vincent Barone, Anthony Larkin, and Anthony Salt. Cam, you mentioned it in the open. Syracuse with 10 freshman players in the lineup today, whereas NYU has just 2 on their entire roster.
And it's really up to the both these first-year head coaches to instill some kind of confidence in both their groups, but more for head coach Chris Timmons because he has to deal with younger guys that aren't used to this level of competition.
And Cam, this entire season we've seen Syracuse sometimes play a little more physical than they have today. Seems like finesse over physicality has been preferred, and they've got 3 goals. A little bit past the midway point in the first period as Prestamo makes a move, passes middle. Kalinowski's shot right into the chest of Fugue. And another good opportunity for that top line of Kalinowski, Prestamo, and Vasilevsky.
These 3 are integral, and you might ask how. It's been Skalnick. It's been a few other names that have gotten involved, but the Orange have proven that the defense is not up to par. So the offense really has to get it going and continue to get leads and sustain them. So, I mean, it's not the best formula, but this Syracuse team might need more than 3 goals or even 4 goals to pull out a victory, and it's up to Kalinowski, Prestamo, and Vasilevsky, if not them, the second line of forwards to get it done.
It's top for the Orange in his own zone. Cross-ice pass, disconnects with Alvers, but it's top to scoop it up off the boards. Orange are off. They have to touch up. Puck goes through center. Solovey works his way around Murphy. His shot waffled away to the near side, far side corner rather, and now it's Hutchinson playing it off the boards. Backhand saucer out of the zone. And now it's Murphy playing it ahead. The neutral zone will be important for both teams who can be clean in that area. And so far, Syracuse has done a nice job maneuvering its way through. Alvers with the stretch pass for Hutchinson over center. He'll dump and change, but in pursuit is Morrow. Cross-ice pass picked off by Florio. Skalnick gets a piece of that pass and works in the other way. His shot sails over the net and goes off the glass. Now Gargurovich charging towards the goal, still has the puck, got it on his stick, looking for Cook, goes off a skate, a rebound chance, and Fugue plops on top with 5 minutes to go in the first period, 3-3 the score.
Doug, that's where the Syracuse team has grown. Early on in the season, Max Gargurovich and the rest of this Orange team would have just fired that one on net and it wouldn't have been a good chance. Instead, you have Cook in front of the net, so why not try to dish it off to him so he can have a wide open opportunity? Yeah, it didn't come to fruition, but this is an Orange team that has clearly grown even through its losses.
Puck banked off the boards. Chance for NYU. Shot stopped by Manousis. Now a rebound in front. That shot goes wide off a leg. Jackson Olesen. His shot blocked down by Morrow. He'll get a change. The Orange go the other way. That pass went off of Gargurovich's stick to stop the momentum. And New York presses ahead. Pass deflected. Gargurovich trying to escape. He was waiting for Skalnick, and then Gargurovich pinballs it off the boards. Just a bit too much on it, and it will be an icing and a face-off back inside the Syracuse zone with 4:07 left in the first period. We're all knotted up at 3, but Syracuse leading the shot clock 13-8. Cam, the pace has slowed down a bit, a little bit more choppy. Teams focusing more on the defensive end.
Well, as expected, these coaches are now telling their players, Hey, yeah, scoring is great, but it doesn't really matter when you're allowing the offense on the other end to do whatever they want. In a 3-3 game, it's pretty much 0-0, except both teams are now feeling themselves out a bit more.
James Orn for the Violets. His pass picked off by Barone. Barone has Larkin. Instead, he'll put one on, and it's gloved down by Fugue. Fugue in his last game against William Patterson University, that was back on November 6th, made 26 saves, allowed just 3 goals in that full contest. That was a 6-3 victory for New York. The Violets come in on a 3-game losing streak, including 2 shootout losses. Rattel plays it forward. Another bid goes wide. Vasilevsky, Prestamo, and Kalinowski out there for Syracuse. Prestamo cycling in the corner. Vasilevsky pushes one towards the goal. Never got there. And here's NYU. Adam Peck plays middle, backhander by Salavi goes wide. Prestamo chips and looks to chase, but he's closed off by Vobata. Adams Vobata, the sophomore forward. Good back check by Vasilevsky. NYU still has possession. 2 aside, battle in the far side corner. It's Ricker and Vasilevsky for the Orange. Salavi's there for the Violets. Rattel coming up from the defensive spot, looking for Hutchinson.
Hey, here's this third line, Doug.
He's got it. Now looks for Alvers. He's got him at the circle. Into the middle. Rattel's shot deflected up and over the net. Orange still have possession. Goldenberg looks for Alvers. And then the puck is soared all the way down the ice. Rattel slowed down a bit, wanted the icing. No call. And he'll lay it off to his partner, Murphy. No icing as it went off the stick of Jackson Olison of NYU. Hutchinson steals the puck. His shot on, safe. Goldenberg's there, and he couldn't get enough wood on it as it just fluttered off of his stick. Top from the point. Wrists one. It was deflected. Murphy pinching from his D spot. Hutchinson gets the puck. Has Alvers in the high slot. Looks off for top at the circle. His shot sticked away to the near side corner. Puck out in front. Hutchinson just missed as Elias Cohen got a piece. Now Murphy's shot off a leg. And back into the Syracuse zone with 1:20 to go first period. 3-3 the score. Hutchinson on an extended shift. Gets a piece and goes after it. Him and Morrow for Syracuse. Now a third Violet comes over. Puck still available. Now it finds Gargurovich in the slot. His shot goes over the net wide. Good chance for Gargurovich. And he was looking for a corner and just sailed it high. Morrow keeps it in at the line. He'll dump it into the far corner. A fresh Cook off the bench. Puts it on. And Fugue has to use his stick to stop play as we are under a minute left in the first period. 39 6/10 exactly. And Syracuse controlling most of this play.
Which is much of a surprise as the Orange enter on a 6-game losing streak. But the Orange have been able to find the back of the net on occasion, and it just seems like head coach Chris Timmons is instilling a little more of, hey guys, it's good to score. Let's try to keep possession in the process.
30 seconds left. Second line of Cook, Gargurovich, and Morrow out there for what will most likely be the final shift of the period.
And I like Cook in that second line position, Doug.
He was playing some top line minutes when Prestamo was dealing with an injury. Gargurovich soccers it ahead. 5 seconds left in the first period. And that'll do it. for the first 20 minutes. Action-packed in at least the first half. In the second half, both teams took more of a defensive approach. But an outburst to start this one at Upstate Medical Arena. Syracuse and NYU tied at 3. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for second period action here on the SU Hockey Network.
Back here at Upstate Medical Arena for second period action between Syracuse and NYU. Cameron Ezeir alongside Doug Lattuca. It's been one heck of a game so far. 3-3 as goals aplenty for both teams. And on the Syracuse side, Doug, they've actually been able to sustain a lead and also been able to keep it close with the Violets, something this Orange team hasn't really done all season.
Both teams came out flying. They're playing in a professional arena here at Upstate Medical. You can feel the energy all week from this Syracuse team. And as I mentioned, the physicality was down a little bit in that period, but the finesse was up and the offensive skill was on display.
As Syracuse has it inside the blue line, taken away by the Violets as they move right to left across the neutral zone. And here come the Violets, a shot off the glove of Manusis and flickers out of play. As it'll be a face-off within the blue line. The 3 goal scorers for Syracuse, Skolnick, Kalinowski, and Gargurovich. Production from a few lines for this forward group for head coach Chris Timmons and company, and it's resulted in a 3-3 tie to start off this second period.
Cam, a grade A opportunity right in the slot for NYU, not even 30 seconds into the first period, something Syracuse will look to avoid as this game continues.
Cross-ice pass across the Syracuse Crunch logo. It's sent back into the NYU zone. Fluttered on as it gets past the Syracuse stick. And it's Vasilevsky that clears for the Orange. The Violets with it on the near side. Minute into the second period here at Upstate Medical Arena for SU Crunch Night. As that puck is off the boards and is recovered by the Violets. Across neutral ice and sent into the zone for the Violets, and that is an icing, and they'll set up a face-off on the other end.
Cam, 2 of the nicest jerseys in the ACHA, with the Orange sporting those gorgeous orange unis and the Violets with a unique uniform design with the white jerseys and the black strip all the way around the uniform.
As that puck flutters free, a shot, it goes across the crease, still loose, it's a shot and it's in! Syracuse scores! Goldenberg gives SU the advantage.
First point for Zach Goldenberg this season, and it breaks the stalemate as the Orange go out in front, 4-3 now, and exactly the start Syracuse wanted. Come out hot and capitalize on their opportunities, and 4 goals for a Syracuse team that came in with just 24 in its 15 games played this season.
The Orange taking advantage of pucks just fluttering free, and Ryan Fweg, the backup goalkeeper for this NYU team, as that puck gets past the crease and is taken away by the Violets. And now it's loose in the slot. Fighting for it is Gargurovich, who scored the 3rd goal. 4 different goal scorers for this Orange team, Doug. It's been production from all over.
And that's exactly what head coach Chris Timmons wants from his team. Depth scoring, and that's why he separated some of the star players off the top 6, moved them into the bottom 6, especially with Sam Hutchinson and Brock Alvers.
Off the half wall on the near side as it Zocker's free and is now across the blue line on the left end. Morrow gets it out for the Orange. Syracuse leading 4-3 with 17:30 left in this second period of action. All the way back in the zone, controlling is Rattel as he loses it. The Orange retained possession in the neutral zone. Off a stick, and Syracuse sets to respond, and that's a turnover. It's intercepted. A pass in the slot. What a save by Manusis! from one pipe to the other, and he stops it. Now it's loose near the crease. NYU, a flurry of chances, and Manousis comes up clutch. The junior out of nowhere stops every Violet opportunity, and now Syracuse a chance. It's Prestamo one-on-one as he dumps it in. Chases. Assisted and now thrown across the crease. It's going to hit off a skate, and the Violets take possession the other way as it's flung across neutral ice past the blue line, and that's an icing. And wow, Nicholas Manousis in that first period looked like he was trying to gain some comfort, allowing 3 goals, and that should have been number 4, but the junior had other ideas.
Wow, flashing the leather on one end and then able to stand his ground in that blue paint and make a flurry of other saves. He's playing well here in the second period. Somewhat of a bounce back after a shaky first.
Nicholas Manousis, the Rhode Island product, the junior, 5'10", 170. As that puck a bit dangerous, but Manousis gets it out of his zone. Returned from an injury in 2019, didn't start the season, but took over for Cal Stewart midway through. Puck in neutral ice. Mackenzie Murphy on that first line of defense. Throws it up and out of play. It'll be a face-off on the near side.
Good tempo for Syracuse so far. They want to keep the play out of their own zone and push it towards Violet territory, especially with that 1-goal lead. Want to help out your netminder Manousis, who has taken somewhat of a beating midway through this season.
Manousis has allowed 5 goals a game, a 1-4 record. But his offense adding a little more assurance to this lead. Face off on the far side. NYU and Syracuse meeting for the 3rd time this season. The Violets have taken the previous 2. Syracuse hoping to take advantage of home ice, or at least a temporary new home ice. Puck on the near side, flutters free to the midline. Goldenberg controls, scored the last goal for the Cuse to give the Orange the advantage as it's dumped behind the NYU net. And now a shot by Goldenberg out of nowhere. He stole it away on the forecheck and pressed the slot, and that one is swallowed up by Fweck.
Goldenberg with no points coming in. He's been one of the more impressive Syracuse players today. Obviously has the goal. Playing in his 12th game this season. Was formerly on defense and then pushed up to the forward spot. Played on that top line for a few games with Prestamo.
The second line out for the Orange. NYU in the slot. Skips free out to the blue line. It's off a deflection. It's Morrow in space. Morrow streaking down, and he can't get a shot off. Lost it off of his stick. Great control and defense by this Violets team. And a one-on-one opportunity Morrow couldn't capitalize. The Violets the other way, across the blue line into space. Skating past the circle is Bryce. Mac Bryce dumps it off. Violets inside the crease. It's a stop by Manousis. Syracuse the other way. Skating free past neutral ice is Gargurovich. Inside the blue line. Puts it behind his skate and is met by Peck. It's knocked out by the Violets, and now on the far side a 1-on-2 for Wright. Adam Wright skates across, and great defense by this Orange team. Sends it across, and that one is an icing and will be a face-off on the other end. Syracuse up 4-3, 6 minutes into the second period here at Upstate Medical Arena.
A lot more space on the rink, as it was more of a defensive second half of the first period. Looks like these teams have found some more room to work with as we've moved our way a little bit further into the second period.
That puck jitters toward the net, is knocked away by Manusis off of his stick. Puck still loose. Taken past the red line as it's stopped by the Violets.
Prestamo lost his glove right in front of the Syracuse bench.
He's going to get it back as Geller sends it in, and Fueg on the pursuit. NYU trails by 1, 7 minutes into the second period. Their players fall down. The puck is with the Orange on the near circle. Sent in as that one whistles wide. Off the half wall and meets a few players. Vasilevsky pokes it across the blue line, and Syracuse had to get away from it as Ricker was in an offside position. The Violets have it behind the Orange net. Ricker knocks it away as he's met by a Violet player. And that one helicopters out of the zone.
Dangerous scenario for NYU as they had two players on the ice at once, had to wait for one to hop off, and then the other could touch up the puck.
This could be dangerous for the Violets across the blue line. Dumped off Peck, has it. It's stolen away by the Orange, and that is going to be the first penalty of today's game. 7.5 into the second period, and someone's headed to the sin bin.
Yeah, it's a clear cross check by the freshman Anthony Salt. If he just put his hands together or put his hands down and used his hands rather than his stick, there probably wouldn't have been a penalty. Would have been a clean check along the boards, but it gives NYU its first power play of the day and a chance to tie the score at 4.
And Doug, this is a clear litmus test for this Orange defense that has only been able to kill 58% of penalties. And here's a shorthand opportunity. Kalinowski has it, skating through the zone, shoots it, stopped, off the rebound, no good. Flag there to stop it. Syracuse trying to jump in front on the shorthand opportunity, but the Violets control.
Kalinowski is flying. Great job on the PK to get a chance.
They're now in the offensive zone. The puck is loose off the half wall. It's grabbed away at the circle. Now to the point. Olesen, that one is loose as it kind of fluttered toward that blue line. Morrow comes up with it off a change by the Violets. Mackenzie Murphy looks to create his own offense, loses it as he's fighting his way with Zaffino. The puck in control, it's sent on net, and Manusis snatches it out of the air. That'll be a face-off in NYU's offensive zone.
Long shift for Mackenzie Murphy there as he played some defense, then carried the puck through the neutral zone into the offensive territory, lost it and had to backtrack, and then was taken out of the play along the near side boards. He'll get a change, and the Orange change defenseman.
Second line of defense on for the Orange. One, Lucas Skolnick, who had that opening goal. It's a slap shot that slides wide. Violet's still with it. And Doug, what does NYU need to do here to try to tie this game up?
The puck is to the outside for NYU. How you successfully run a power play is you work the cross slot passes like that, and you get a chance. Or you work a one-timer like that. So they're doing exactly what they should. But for Syracuse, you got to get your sticks in the lanes. Obviously, you're outnumbered. So you have to have your sticks in that slot lane so the pass can't go across, because as the Orange have seen a lot this season, and especially against Stony Brook in that opening series, the cross slot one-timer has been a bit of a problem against the Syracuse PK.
Gliding through the zone, Olesen, the sophomore defenseman. It's sent back in behind the net. Morrow whips it around the boards, and even strength. Great penalty kill by this Syracuse team that struggled as of late. NYU had really only one or two good opportunities.
I think the Orange had better opportunities than the Violets.
10:16 left to go in this second period. Syracuse leads NYU by 1. The Violets into neutral ice. It's Bryce. Mac Bryce, the sophomore forward. Tried to create his own offense, couldn't. It's sent past the blue line and picked up by Syracuse. Colby Rattel, the sophomore defenseman. Vasilevsky chases off the forecheck. Thrown at neutral ice, and Bryce is knocked down. What a hit. Evan Vasilevsky.
One of the first big hits we've seen in this game. Syracuse starting to play a little bit more physical, a little bit more defensive as they're in pursuit in the offensive side.
And it seems like the Syracuse team, Doug, it really picks up that physicality factor as the game rolls along.
They're just getting more comfortable.
Puck on the near side. Still in the zone as the Violets able to clear the blue line. NYU off for a change. As in steps Rosales for NYU, but for Syracuse, Rattel gliding through a few defenders as he skates free and now is knocked back in the direction of Austin Ricker. Ricker across the slot. NYU on the forecheck as that puck is frozen at the boards and now escapes free. Behind the net of the Violets, Hutchinson in the area as well as Ricker for the Orange. Pellets it out at the point. On the forehand, fires it toward net, and it's blocked near the slot. Bryce knocked down. Great job by Morrow to prevent any NYU chance, and that puck has fluttered past the blue line. And all the Violet players forced into neutral ice, and here comes the change for the Cuse.
It was a good keep at the line, and Morrow persistent. Chops it out to neutral area.
Third line for both the offense and defense for the Cuse. Near side boards. And the Violets come up with it. Dump it free. As Cook tries to find it, it's over to Ricker on the near side. 7:30 left in the second period. Syracuse leads by 1. Off the half board, pass in the slot. It's taken away. Now the puck loose on the far side, picked up by Syracuse across the blue line with pace. He fluffed at the puck. Vinny Barone had a chance to send it near the crease off a streaking Cuse player.
Good back check by Barone there. Maybe it was just too good. As he gets called for a hooking penalty. And that's always a ticky-tack call, especially now in the NHL. Anytime that stick hits the glove, it's almost an automatic call. So it's Barone who will sit for 2, and NYU has its second big opportunity in the second period to tie this game. But not much offense for either side, as it's been a battle of the neutral zone, a lot of dump and chase, and possession has been easy for both teams.
Slap shot off the stick of Manusis, lifted it high and sent it wide. Power play opportunity for NYU. It skates loose, and Manusis jumps all over it. 15 seconds into the power play, NYU active.
It was Adam Peck with the chance, just whacked away at it. He's already scored 1 goal tonight. And he averages over a goal per game this season. He came in second on the team in points. Now he is tied for first with Mac Bryce.
Larkin and Morrow head onto the ice for the Cuse. In efforts to stop this power play, it's blocked off by Manusis. Mackenzie Murphy slaps it down the ice into the neutral zone and taken away. Shorthand chance for the Cuse.
Oh, that's a hook.
And Larkin was lobbying for a penalty. Clearly looked like it from our vantage point, but didn't get the call.
Cam, that one looked more like a hook than the penalty on Barone, as Larkin pickpocketed the NYU defenseman and then couldn't get free.
Either way, Solove has it. And now a slap shot on the left side as it whistles wide. And Syracuse sends it out. It's met at the blue line. Peck, the assistant captain. There's a slap shot, and Manusis stands tall. And another one, and that one scores! Top shelf magic! Isaac Davison, his second goal. Where did he find that one? As he whipped it over the right shoulder of Manusis.
That was a laser beam by Isaac Davison. Came in with 7 goals, and Cam, I'll do you one better. He's got a hat trick today as he tickled the twine and beat Manusis up high. That was almost unstoppable, that shot. It's a power play goal for NYU, and we're tied at 4 with about 5:45 to go in the second period, and we'll have to see how Syracuse responds, as there seems to always be a response in this game at least. Syracuse has usually been on the right end of it.
A hat trick for Isaac Davison. No hats on the ice kind of confused me a bit here at Upstate Medical Arena. But he grabs his third and evens this game at 4. A little over 5 minutes left to go in this second period. It's on the near side with Wong. And now into the Syracuse zone, as that one is chipped on by Skolnick, already with the goal today, but it goes wide. Loose in the slot, the Violets clear.
The net's off the mooring in NYU's goal.
I think the referee's headed over to try to fix that. Usually play stops, it doesn't there, now it's going to, off that wrister that's stopped by Manusis.
Syracuse is going to have to do a better job stopping Davison, as he just had the last shot straight on from the slot. Already 3 goals today. And he was looking for number 4 there, but Manusis makes a strong save. He now has 16 on 20 shots.
Alvers, 1-on-2, it's poked away to Hutchinson. Olesen with it. Cross-ice pass is stopped as Goldenberg loosely flutters that one in the direction of Flegg. He gloves it. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. 4-4 game.
NYU now 1 for 2 on the power play. They came in converting at a 32% clip, which is fairly impressive, and now they've got a 2-on-1.
Chipped forward, 2-on-1 chance. On the right side, skating free across the ice, and it evades the stick for the Violets as it's sent back in front of the crease into the slot, and Syracuse, good defense to poke that one away. Hutchinson moves to his forehand, skating around the crease, and it falls free, still loose. The Violets have it right to left. Into neutral ice, frenetic pace. Solove, the shot. It's off the stick of Top. Jared Top on that first line of defense halts any chance. Near side skating down is Rattel. Puck finds its way behind the NYU goal.
We haven't seen much of Rattel this season, just his 5th game of the season, but he's doing a great job carrying play from the defensive zone and into offensive territory as he's thinking more offensive-minded, which is exactly what Syracuse needs. We've spoken about their struggle to score goals all season, and he hasn't really overcompensated on the defensive end either.
Second line of defense on for the Orange as the Violets have it in the zone. Sent off the boards and now into the direction of Manusis as he covers it up. That one seemed a bit more dangerous than it first looked, as it was off an NYU stick right in front of the crease.
Mac Bryce, I think he's a little bit upset that Davison has passed him with the team lead in points. He got a great opportunity, deflected it on, and Manusis up for the challenge. Big save to keep it tied at 4.
Mac Bryce, number 22 on this team, 8 points in his last 4 games. I think he can be pretty happy about that scoreline. As the Violets control, being pressured by the Orange. Morrow. It's skated away out to the offensive zone. Svoboda. Near side, inside the blue line for the Violets. Saucer's free, and the Orange attack. Taken away by the Violets. Peck. Across the slot, no one there. Syracuse out of danger for now. Top First line of defense. Looks for some offense just wide, and it's covered up by Flegg. Jared Top, out of nowhere, found himself free with one defender in front and almost tried to force it into that corner.
Yeah, I know it's a small positive for Syracuse, but it seemed like NYU had been carrying the play in the last 5 minutes. But an important play by Top to force the offensive zone face-off, with Prestamo leading the charge.
Off the face-off, the Orange with it. Near side, a whistle is blown.
Looks like a hand pass from Syracuse. A player cannot use his hand to pass the puck in the offensive or neutral zone. You can only do so in the defensive zone. So we'll just have another face-off to the left of Fugue.
It's a reason I'm not on the ice. I think I'd utilize that hand pass a little too much. As it glides along the near side boards, and the Violets have it. Sent on in the backhand, a sliding Florio there to knock it away. And the Violets have it one more time in the slot. It's stopped by Manusis. Manusis in his stance on the near post. Free at the circle. Orange control. Send it deep. It's taken by the Violets. Puck loose in neutral ice. Geller the captain as he's knocked down. It's back at the Syracuse Crunch logo with Orn. Orn to the blue line. Gets it back. Chip and chase effort as NYU makes a change. The puck kind of waffles its way in the air and is taken out. Looks like a football pass by Manusis. That'll be a face-off NYU zone.
Yeah, I'm interesting to see that the top line for Syracuse has only contributed on just one of the goals, but they've probably been the 3 best players for Syracuse today. And that's saying something, considering the depth scoring has been there and the Orange seem to have their legs and really want to get that first league victory.
3 goals in the first period for both these teams, a goal each for NYU and Syracuse in this second period. That evades the glove of Manusis. The Violets still have it. 1:11 left to go in the second period, whiffing on a shot. Olesen. The Violets still controlling the near side boards. The sophomore defenseman, Olesen, waits for it, sends it off a shift. NYU attacking. Davison already with the hat trick today. Skates around the goal. It's wristed on, and Manusis makes the stop. And Doug, how about Nicholas Manusis? And a lot of criticism sent his way, especially just a couple games ago when he was pulled for Jordan Edelstein, who came in and did pretty well, posting a shutout a couple games ago in the third period. But today, Nicholas Manusis, barring those 4 shots that have went in, 3 of them for Davison, has played pretty well, allowing the Orange to stay in it.
Yeah, you thought the senior Cal Stewart might get the start today, especially in such a unique opportunity at Upstate Medical Arena. But the junior Manusis has been steady. A few goals have slipped through the 5-hole, one whizzed over his shoulder, but other than that, he's made a few lunging saves, went post to post on one, which was a highlight reel in its own.
And what an opportunity this is here at Upstate Medical Arena, as that shot is wristed into the glove of Manusis. And it's one that I think we'd both be remiss not to talk about a little bit. The Crunch welcoming this Syracuse men's ice hockey team in to play against NYU. What an event. What a way to show that, this Syracuse ice hockey team has been here for a while and they're here to stay.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, helping people in the community. Syracuse Crunch, a well-known AHL team, the affiliate for the Lightning.
Morrow, as that almost had a chance, it's loose in the crease, knocked away by Flegg.
Looks like the net is off the mooring. They'll reset and have a face-off. But it's great to see the Crunch and the Orange corroborating together and having this event work. Obviously, the Crunch game tonight is postponed due to COVID-19, so the teddy bear toss will have to wait. But it's still a good turnout with fans.
Seen a lot of goals tossed around in this matchup.
They're having a lot of fun today.
As that was loose in the crease, it's a goal! Out of nowhere, Lucas Skolnick, his second. Actually, Prestamo off the rebound. Wow! A shot sent in that wasn't that dangerous from the blue line, and Prestamo camping around the crease, got it off the rebound, and found the back of the net past Flegg, and Syracuse takes a 5-4 lead with just 10 seconds left in the second period.
And those are the goals that they need to capitalize in more often. Right in front of the goal, just get your stick on it and swing it into the empty cage, and it was Lucas Prestamo. He didn't want to get left out of the scoring party. He came in with the team lead, 13 points. He's got 2 more today, including a goal and an assist, and he gives Syracuse a huge lead, a huge boost as we go into the second period intermission.
And Doug, it's been a scoring flurry from both teams. Syracuse finding its way up off that Lucas Prestamo goal as the Orange lead the Violets 5-4 as we head into the third period, and we have third period action in just a little bit. 14 minutes put up on the clock, and that's where we'll take it away. But for now, we'll take a quick break as Syracuse leads NYU 5-4 here on this special day at Upstate Medical Arena with the third period upcoming.
Happy to be back inside Upstate Medical Arena here in downtown Syracuse, where the Orange have a 5-4 lead over the Violets. And what a start for the first two periods by the Orange, as the offense has been going and moving very well. And before we start this third period of action, we just want to remind our fans at home that Syracuse University men's ice hockey is raffling off an authentic Rebirth jersey during today's game, an orange jersey. Tickets are sold, 1 for $2, 3 for $5. The winner of the jersey raffle will be announced during tonight's during the end of this game, with 5 minutes to go in the third period. So go and Venmo if you're at home at SUACHA Hockey. That's again is SU in caps, ACHA in caps. The H in hockey is in caps. Go and Venmo. You have a chance to win one of the beautiful brand new jerseys, number 11, as you can see on the screen. And Cam, we're in for a treat. Third period action, 1-goal game. Syracuse looking for its first league win of the season.
And Doug, I think and this might sound, a bit crazy, but I think it really starts on the defensive side, because of course, Syracuse's offense, it put them up 5-4, and it's really the offense that is spearheading this chance at a win. But if the defense can stand tall, if they only allow 1 goal, and then the offense is able to push toward where Flegg is in the net for NYU, I think that's where Syracuse can win this game.
Syracuse starts with its top line of Kalinowski, Prestamo, and Vasilevsky. Top pair as well in Top and Murphy. There's a shot sticked away by Manusis and up and out of play. As we're just 45 seconds into the third period, NYU has taken the shot lead, now 24-22. But the Syracuse scoring at a better percentage. 5-4 lead, a rare lead. We don't say that too often. More recently, actually, we have. The Orange had a lead against Westchester, had a 2-0 lead 2 weeks ago, as that shot off the draw deflects to the far side corner and then let it slip away.
But it's also an NYU team that did the exact same thing in its last game against Delaware, was up 4-1 and then surrendered 5 unanswered. Olison's
shot is blocked by Skolnick. Goldenberg looking to go the other way. Headmans for Alvers, left side, makes a move around, and a good stick by Elias Cohen, the junior defenseman for the Violet. Olison again. 3-on-1, now gets reinforcements, wrists one on it, deflects behind the goal. Put back out in front, and Florio able to settle it down for the Orange and banks it off the boards for Alvers. Skolnick has one of the 5 Syracuse goals. Syracuse turns the puck over. Now a shot from the slot. It's in! A one-time shot, and it's James Orn, the sophomore forward, with the one-time BB up and over the right shoulder of Manusis. And just like that, we're tied at 5. A minute and 40 seconds into the third period.
Doug, I brought up the importance of defense, and a Syracuse team has been lacking in that category, giving up 4 goals until this point, now make it 5. And it was actually an unfortunate mishit by Orn, because if that puck would have been sent on, I think Manusis would have had a better chance, but that one fluttered in the air off a mishit by Orn, and Manusis wasn't expecting it, blocked by a few players, and it almost tailed down, off of an angle as that puck just floated in the air. Manusis couldn't do anything with it, just like that, tied up.
Not the start Syracuse wanted, as they gave up the 1-goal lead. It took just a minute and 40 seconds to do so. And now we've got a game. The Orange answer with the the first line is out there. Timothy Cook still out there from the previous shift. Him and Kalinowski with Vasilevsky as the forwards. Now a shot on block. Rebound chance, stop with the left pad. Huge save by Manusis on the captain Geller. And without the acrobatic sprawling effort of Manusis, this game is 6-5 NYU. Stretch pass too far for Kalinowski. Either would have been offsides or it would have been an icing. So they take the icing and the face-off will be to the right of Manusis.
Doug, that was Manusis' best save of the game, and it's wild to say because he's had a lot of, highlight showings in the net. But Geller had it, probably one of the best players on this NYU team. The senior, one of the most experienced players on this team. Off a rebound earlier, Manusis let that one flutter past him into the back of the net, but able to regain his ground, and what a save it was, because I think he was expecting far post and he had to reach his pad out to the near post to block that one.
The sophomore Rattel in a scrum. Not sure what just fell on the ice, but it is in that far side corner in the Syracuse zone. Skating over is Vasilevsky, and he'll deal with that. Not sure, just kind of popped out of that corner glass. Usually where the photographers take pictures from so the glass doesn't get in the way. There's a hole right in the glass, and a piece popped out. Looks like it was part of the glass itself. Obviously the Crunch game tonight was canceled, so those slots in the glass have been plugged up with a makeshift piece. So maybe the puck doesn't go through. No photographer standing there either way.
You don't see that often. It was a nice souvenir for the fans that are here at Upstate Medical Arena. A couple kids running over there grabbing the puck.
Take your plexiglass home. Just a souvenir, all fun and games. Here inside Upstate Medical Arena, 5-5. Just over 3.5 minutes gone by in the third period. Syracuse entered with a 5-4 lead. NYU scored a minute 40 seconds in to knot the score up. Long pass ahead. Looking for Davison. He already has 3 goals, and he's shoved off the puck by Murphy. And now it's his partner Top through center. He's hit hard, but the Orange still possess. Alvers to Murphy at the right point. His shot sails up and over the net, goes off the glass, but Alvers there to keep for Syracuse. And the Violets escape the zone. Drop pass picked off by Alvers. He'll go to Murphy on the far boards, who goes up ahead for Hutchinson as they misconnect on a pass. Hutchinson negated the icing. Throws to the far corner looking for reinforcements. It's Morrow fresh off the bench. Now the puck back into the Syracuse zone. It's the freshman J.D. Florio. A lot of freshmen on the ice for Syracuse. Everyone but Colin Morrow and Timothy Cook, a freshman. Here's a chance, shot, save, rebound in the blue paint. Goes behind the goal. Now another shot from the right point. Whistles past that left post, goes off the boards and bangs all the way out to the neutral zone. Skalnick at the controls for SU. Up the boards has Morrow, who flicks it in on goal. Fielded like a shortstop is Ryan Fugue. He'll cover and we'll have a face-off inside the NYU zone.
So Doug, before the game we were talking about how this one would really be decided about who's going to control neutral ice. And even 2 and you could say a quarter periods in, I don't think there's an answer to that.
Kalinowski with a wrister right into the belly of Fugue. We'll have another face-off. 4:21 to go, third period. Just a little bit over the 5 minutes gone by. NYU has a goal in the period. Syracuse still looking to answer and regain the lead. And it's been a wild game. 3 goals in the first for each side. 2 goals for Syracuse in the second. And 1 by NYU, and now NYU with one here in the third as Florio fans on the dump-in try. Gloves it forward, and then the pass through center is picked off. Florio behind Manusis, plays to a crowded near side boards. Good passing by the Orange. Kalinowski with an area pass. Puck kept in by Florio. They'll go to the far side corner. Pinching in is Prestamo, who's covering for Skalnick, who's deep inside the orange zone. Over the crunch logo, into the zone, it's Olesen. He's pressured by Florio. Olesen up top. He's got Cohen at the left point, who pinballs it back behind the SU net. And now it's Alvers banking it off the boards, has a streaking Kalinowski, who needs to change and dumps it back behind the NYU net.
Smart play by Kalinowski, especially because it seemed like an extended shift for everyone on that line, and it gets some fresh bodies on the ice.
Third defensive pair out there for Syracuse. It's Rattel and Ricker. Now a chance towards the net. And we're going to have a penalty, or else that would have been a 2-on-1 for the Violets down low. Instead, it's going to be Sam Hutchinson, who glides his way to the penalty box and gives NYU a chance to take the lead. NYU's only lead of this game was back in the first period at 1-0. It was Isaac Davison's first of 3 goals today. NYU wins the draw. Syracuse going with John Kajula and Colin Morrow as the forwards, Jared Topf and Mackenzie Murphy on defense. And there is the freshman Topf. Clears it all the way down. The 5'9" defenseman from Montclair, New Jersey. Formerly a member of the Syracuse D1 lacrosse team. He was cut earlier on in the season and then joined Chris Timmons' squad and is now playing in his 6th game of the season. A minute 15 on the man advantage. 12 minutes to go in the third period. Possession lost and a chance for the Orange. Prestamo has Kalinowski on the far side. Prestamo with a wrister. And it's stopped by Fugue. Good chance on the PK by Syracuse. Now this is the second power play in a row that the Violets have had where the Orange have had a grade A opportunity.
Yeah, and Syracuse has done a really good job not being complacent of just playing defense. Yes, it does help, to kill a penalty, just dumping it down the ice, but you have to realize it's a 5-5 game and it's anyone's game where neither team has really been able to take control. So do it in, in times that are opportune to you and where your opponent thinks it's inopportune, and Syracuse did a really good job there, and they've actually done well on the shorthand.
45 ticks on the power play. Puck is cleared out to center. It's still Morrow and Kajula for Syracuse. The defense is changed with Skalnick and Florio. Morrow snuffs out the pass, clears as far as center. NYU having trouble gaining the zone. It's Svoboda at the blue line, and Morrow snuffs it out and clears it as far as center. Drop pass. Davison gives off, has Olesen back for Davison in the slot. His shot blocked by a kneeling Morrow. Power play is over. Olesen with a slapper. Puck's available, and it's put in. And guess who? It's Isaac Davison, goal number 4, and a 6-5 NYU lead.
Backbreaker for the Cuse, really is. At every opportunity to kill that power play, did. The worst time off a block, off a rebound, and this is where the Syracuse team has kind of faltered today. Too many rebounds given up by Manusis, and that one falls free right outside the blue paint. And Davison has been doing it all. Right place, right time, also off the transition. Has been diving toward the crease with, you know, an idea of where he wants to be, where his teammates should get it to him. And Isaac Davison has truly been the 1A star in this game. The Syracuse defense has just not been good enough at getting that puck out of space once it's off a rebound. Davison took full advantage, and now it's up to this SU offense to get something done.
Davison with his 4th goal today. He now has 15 points on the season, leads his team.
And Doug, at least 1 point in 10 of the 14 games coming into this one, had a season high of 3 points coming into this game, and he's already up that tally.
And there's Peck. Adam Peck broke free in on Manusis, picked a spot, he hit it. And for Peck, that's goal number 2, and now a 2-goal NYU lead.
It doesn't help when the boards aren't your friend, and Adam Peck, off a fortunate bounce, a guy that has 15 points coming into this game. He's usually the assist man, but when you have so many scorers on this group and Syracuse has to block off a few of them, he almost acts as the decoy scorer, and when he gets the puck at his stick and he can actually be a triple threat, I mean, that's dangerous, and this NYU team pouring it on when Syracuse's defense is at its worst.
3 unanswered goals for the Violets. And I think Peck said, I'll just take the point lead right back. He now has 17 points on the season. He leapfrogs Mac Bryce, who had 16, and Davison sits at 15.
And Doug, 9 points in his last 6 games for Adam Peck. Big reason why he's an assistant captain, big reason why he's a senior.
So Syracuse will look to respond, maybe for some leadership from the senior Kalinowski, who puts it far post, looking for Vasilevsky, just missed on the far side. Puck still inside the NYU zone. Vasilevsky and Kalinowski, the 2 forwards for Syracuse. Puck rainbowed out to center, where it hops over the stick of Top. It goes back down into Syracuse territory. 9:30 to go in the 3rd period. NYU with 3 goals in this period, and now a 7-5 lead. And now Prestamo breaks free. Prestamo moving towards the net, and a good defensive play. Sliding down was John Dorio. And it's a hand pass, which stops play. With 9:14 to go in the 3rd period, you still have a little bit over 4 minutes to go and buy a raffle. The men's ice hockey team is raffling off an authentic Rebirth jersey during tonight's game. If you want to buy tickets, it's at $2 for 1 ticket and $5 for 3 tickets. You can Venmo at, in all caps, SUACHAH, and then lowercase hockey. So again, at SUACHA hockey on Venmo to lock in your ticket and potentially get a nice orange jersey. Gargurovich with a shot save, gets his own rebound, and it's stopped again by Fugue. Goldenberg lost possession, puck thrown all the way out. Nice job to knock it out of midair by Florio, as streaking up the right wing was Davison again, looking for number 5. And Cam, still plenty of time for Syracuse to answer. Seems like their offense has been a little bit less potent here in the 3rd period. Maybe focusing more on the defensive end. Now it's time to turn the burners back on.
They have to. I mean, nearing toward the end of the 2nd period, it seemed like Syracuse's only chances to score were off a rebound, and the Orange right now are playing to get a rebound. You got to play to set up within the blue line and try to create an opportunity for yourself or your teammate.
Cam, usually it's the 2nd period that's the Achilles heel for Syracuse. They've given up their most goals in the 2nd period. Actually won that differential today 2-1. Now they've given up 3 goals here in the 3rd period to lose the lead. As a backhand shot is snuffed out with a glove by Manusis. game-saving stop by Manusis if Syracuse wants a chance to come back in this game. You look back at that one right there.
Across his body. It's really hard as a goalie to slide toward one post because you almost have to expect a puck coming toward you, and off a backhand that, veered toward the far post, Manusis had to, concentrate on what he could, sliding toward the near post and reach his glove out toward the other end. It's a really hard save to make, but Manusis made it look like clockwork.
12 minutes gone by, 7-5 the score. Syracuse going with its third line of Morrow, Cook, and Gargurovich, with Ricker and Rattel on defense. Davison walks through two, now walks through Rattel. He's in and he scores! Oh my goodness! What a goal, number 5. And due to the celebration, he'll sit for 2, but it doesn't matter. That might be the nail in the coffin, Cam.
Wow. I mean, you talk about the nail in the coffin. I think that Davison has been lulling this Syracuse defense to sleep for the good part of the last 30, 40 minutes. He's been phenomenal. Talked about his versatility when he's inside the blue line, not just to snuff out rebounds, but also to create his own chances. And I mean, the extracurriculars afterward, it's someone that's already matched Syracuse's goal total at 5. At this point, it's just his world and we're living in it, and Isaac Davidson can bow to the crowd because he's just upped his point total from 11 to 16 in one game.
What looked so promising for Syracuse has now turned to a 3-goal deficit.
And more unfortunately for the Syracuse team, it's the 6th time this season that the Orange have given up 8 or more goals.
So due to the unsportsmanlike penalty after Davison's 5th goal, the Syracuse will go on the power play. Murphy's shot fought off by Fugue. Syracuse with Kalinowski, Larkin, Vasilevsky, and Prestamo, the 4 forwards. Murphy's at the point. He's got the puck, puts it towards the goal, deflected by Larkin into the near side corner. Prestamo and Larkin, both there for Syracuse. Larkin comes away with it, and then it's stolen by Cohen. Kalinowski takes the puck off his stick, skates over the Duncan logo at the top, near the blue line. Murphy wrists one on, and it's fought off by Fugue. Prestamo the first one there. Battle going on in front. Larkin at the blue paint. Murphy, hard pass to Prestamo. At the left point, he'll creep in, looks down low. Kalinowski, plenty of room, and there's a reason why there was so much room, as Anthony Larkin is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Doug, as clear and obvious as day. I mean, Syracuse did a good job trying to establish position right outside the blue paint, so swinging it around would open up some kind of gap, but Anthony Larkin just lost his cool, lost his patience, and was just shoving Elias Cohen with just, no regard for his just laying on the ground, and that's just lack of discipline from Anthony Larkin. You have to take advantage of an opportunity that you're given off an unsportsmanlike conduct.
We've got a goal right away. And wow, guess who, Cam?
Don't say Isaac Davidson.
No, Adam Peck.
Oh. It's a horse race between the two trying to take that point total.
It's unbelievable. And now for Peck, it's his 3rd goal of the game, so throw your hats for the senior assistant captain. And this game has gotten out of hand. 4 straight goals from the Violets here in the 3rd period. And it looks like Chris Timmons wants to talk it over.
The Syracuse team, they have to realize that you don't get many opportunities like this, and on the defensive end, you have to stay stout. And coming into this 3rd period, why I made such a claim of, it's all on the defense and the offense doesn't really need to press that hard, is because this is an NYU team that can blow up at any point, and they've shown it here in this 3rd period. And the Orange have had no answers. Manusis has done what he can, but it seems like the lackadaisical play that we've seen from this Orange defense over the past couple games and this season in general is finally showing its true colors. And now you wonder, can Syracuse really play a full 60 minutes? And right now, it's not looking like it.
Cam, I was so interested in the battle between Peck and Davison that I got the goal scorer wrong. It's James Orn, the sophomore forward. He gets credit for the goal. For Orn, it's his 5th goal of the season, his 7th point.
That number 2 of the day for Orn?
For Orn,
now first goal?
it is not. Orn was involved
there you go.
in the lone goal in the second period for NYU. He had the secondary assist. Now with 6:07 to go in the third period, I'll remind our listeners once again that Syracuse University men's ice hockey is raffling off an authentic Rebirth jersey during today's game. If you're interested in being put into this raffle, you can buy a ticket. 1 ticket for $2, 3 tickets for $5. Venmo at SUACHA Hockey. Put your name and your phone number, and we'll be getting back to you. Still just 1 minute 7 seconds of game time until that portal closes. So maybe go home happy in one aspect. Chance to win one of those beautiful orange jerseys.
Doug, it's also a chance to support this Syracuse men's ice hockey team. It's a win-win. You have a chance to win one of these jerseys. My mouth is still on the jaw, or my jaw is still on the floor after looking at these new jerseys and seeing the reveal of them. So a chance to support this great club program that is at this point almost heightened to a D1 level. It's great to see, and as well as a chance to win one gorgeous jersey that you're seeing on the ice right now.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 2 seconds, and now NYU goes to the power play. Murphy behind his own net. We'll play it off the boards out to center. Kalinowski chips it ahead to himself. He's working 1-on-5. Has to evade a check and lost the puck in the process. Mac Bryce spinning on the near side boards. An outlet for Kalinowski. He has a little bit of room. Man on his back. Couldn't get the shot off as he circles back. And then Murphy throws it into the skate of the defenseman John Dorio. He'll hand off to Bryce, who has speed into the Syracuse zone. He's worked on by Murphy. Banks it off the boards, and it's Anthony Solt who does enough to clear the length of the ice. 15 seconds on the NYU power play. 4:30 to go in the third period. Puck played middle. Shot is stopped by Manousis. Shot by Tommy He. Not sure Manousis knew where that puck was after the shot. Stayed on the ground. And this has to be tough for Nicholas Manousis, who just hasn't seen the results this season, but has continued to put in a good effort night in and night out.
And you have to watch that shots on goal category. Up to 32 for NYU. Syracuse was controlling that a majority of the first and into the second period. And once you continue to pepper the goalkeeper, it's tough to stop everything, right? Off rebounds, off of good chances for this Violets team. It's been a tough day at the office for Manousis, and he's done well, but when it comes to stopping goals from finding the back of the net, that's the part where you can look at Manousis and say, okay, try to catch it a little more, try to freeze the puck, because off these rebounds, it's given NYU way too many chances. But he hasn't been that bad. That's one thing. He's really been able to take advantage of what he can control.
Syracuse killed off the NYU power play. 5-on-5 action for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 unanswered goals by NYU in the third period. It looked like Syracuse had a chance to win its first league game of the season, as that one flutters onto Manousis. Backhand try goes behind the net. But all for naught. But all in all, Cam, the first 2 periods were 2 of Syracuse's best this season.
I would argue to say that that first period was Syracuse's best all season, because it's one thing to give up 3 goals, but it's one thing to score 3 goals in an offense that has been very stagnant all year long. So yeah, you gave up 3.
Kalinowski alone, and he shot it up and over the net.
And Doug, in the first period, that one would have went in. That's how good Syracuse was playing in the opening 20.
Probably just not Syracuse's day. It looked like it would be. The energy, the anticipation coming into Upstate Medical Arena. And they went into the final 20 minutes looking good. And got the air popped out of the tires. Syracuse with the puck in the offensive zone, looking to tap into that 4-goal NYU lead. Next up for Syracuse will be NYU again tomorrow at 10 at the Ice Pavilion at 2 o'clock puck drop. And then Syracuse will go on more than a month-long break. The next game will be January 15th at home against Niagara. That will be part of a home-and-home series. That game on the 15th will be Youth Hockey Day at the Pavilion. And Syracuse will have a chance to pick up its second conference victory of the season. Good keeping at the line by Skalnick. Down low, pass put on, save, rebound chance. It went off the skate of Cook. And now behind the net, it's Skalnick. He circles the wagons. Now stops in the slot, puts a wrister on. Deflected in the slot, never got through. This second line, with a little bit of pressure in the offensive zone. And one of the better Syracuse lines tonight, Morrow, Cook, and Gargurovich.
Yeah, Gargurovich was phenomenal early on.
Skalnick draws a penalty. A chance in front for Larkin. And he airmailed it wide. NYU touches up. Syracuse will go back to the power play, but it's too little too late, as we're under a minute to go in the third period, 56 seconds. Read on the clock. But we don't want to undermine the importance of the experience, especially, as we mentioned at the top, 10 freshmen in the active lineup today for Syracuse. So just having the opportunity to play in an AHL arena is something in itself. Goldenberg at the point, give and go with Alvers. Gargurovich broke his stick, had to retreat to the bench and get a new one. Now with Hutchinson at the circle, brings it towards the slot, looks for a lane. Instead hands off for Alvers. He gives for Goldenberg, his shot gobbled up by Fugue. We haven't said Fugue's name too much today.
Well, yeah, because
especially in this third period.
The shots on goal, they haven't really upped from what we saw in the second period. It was at 22. It's now at 26 as we go into the third period. And it's a Syracuse team that looked so dominant on the offensive side, but maybe it was a bit more fabricated than we thought, because a few of them were off rebounds. I think Syracuse was searching a little more for teammate-to-teammate opportunities, passing chances, and as the game has got later on, it's a few selfish chances rather than waiting for your teammate to get open.
20 seconds to go. Syracuse will have a power play for the remainder of the game. Now a breakout for NYU. Potential 2-on-1 shot. Stopped by Manusis. Chance on the shorthand. Chance shorthanded for NYU. Stopped by Manusis.
And Doug, Syracuse, this is the first time they've scored 5 goals all season. The entirety of the season, and you give up 9. Just says a lot about the identity of this team, or lack thereof, not really, knowing if it's going to be offensive based or controlling the defensive end, because it's been all over the place today.
Seeing players around the arena a few hours before puck drop, you could see they were locked in, and they gave a great 40 minutes of effort. But the well went dry in the third. 4 straight goals. 5 seconds left. And that will do it. NYU comes into Upstate Medical Arena and takes care of business 9-5 the final score. Syracuse falls to 2-11 in ESCHL play and just 3-13 overall.
It's a tough one for Syracuse, especially because it's the best 40 minutes that I've seen from this team. Yeah, the defense wasn't there at all times, but this offense was as polished as I've seen it. Searching for rebounds, searching for teammates, diving toward the slot with poise and purpose. It's a Syracuse group that has improved in that department. Now, how do you improve on the other side? It's going to be a question that head coach Chris Timmons and his entire staff goes into the practices and the next games with, because the defense just wasn't good enough, and this team needs to learn that sustainability often, trumps your ability to score and, halt anything in general, and just wasn't good enough today.
What could have been, Cam? Well, we'll be back tomorrow, 2 o'clock puck drop from 10 to the Ice Pavilion. We'll be right here on the SU Hockey Network for Game 2 of the series. The Syracuse, once again, looks for a split, looks to salvage another weekend, especially with that very long layoff coming due to winter break. Syracuse falls 9-5 to NYU. I'm Doug Lattuca for Ezeir. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow.